right, to color these in, whether you're using watercolors later for the mane or you're using markers, I always like to start out with crayons because crayons resist the watercolor. So I got a lot of yellows, oranges, and browns because that's what the lion's colors are. If you want to color your lion a totally different color like rainbow or blues, you can do that also. But I'm going to show you how to do the face. I just start coloring in the markings with different crayons, and I'm going pretty hard and going around the face, and this will make all the markings and the face really stand out when you start putting the watercolors on it. Even some of the beard, I'm just gonna put some color on there. It'll look more like fur. All right, so if you don't have watercolors today, you can continue making markings with your crayons or whatever you're using. And then I recommend doing a yellow or a lighter color to go over the big parts. And you can just start coloring that in. If you are using watercolor, or even if we're gonna start off with the mane. So if you're using the crayon or the marker for the mane, you can just pick colors. And I'm gonna start at the top, and you're just gonna start making some lines coming off of it. And lions have big manes, so go all the way to the edge of your paper. Even if you are using watercolor, you can do this too with your crayons and then go over it with the watercolor. As you go around the ear, I start making my lines go down towards the bottom of the paper. So at the top, they're going up, around the ear, go down, down, and make these lines nice and big. If you're doing watercolors, you can just go right over top of your crayons. If you choose to do like a different theme and choose other colors besides the yellows, oranges, and browns, make sure, since watercolor blend and we're overlapping watercolor, to pick some colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So I'm doing like reds, oranges, yellows, and then throwing in some browns. But if you want to choose other colors for the mane, it doesn't have to be realistic. You can do purple, red and blue. You can do green and yellow and blue. So that's a choice. I'm going to do the realistic version. So with your paintbrush, I'm just going to start with yellow. And I'm going to start going over top of some of my face for the fur. I'm just putting patches of color because I'm gonna put other colors on top. And then we're gonna do the mane. So for the mane, I'm gonna use yellow to start. I'm gonna use the tip of my brush and lightly start making marks. So at the top, I'm gonna go from the head and just start making the lines go to one side of the paper, and you'll see this more when I do darker colors. And then when I get on this side, I'm just gonna go towards the other side of the paper. So when you're starting in the middle, go towards the ear. Go towards the ear. Then I'm gonna keep going, and as I go down, I'm gonna start putting my lines curved downwards towards the bottom. So I like to do, like I did the yellow on the face and then I did the yellow on the mane, because while I'm doing the yellow mane, then these colors are drying on the face. When you switch colors, wash your brush, wipe it off, and then I'm just gonna do an orange color, or I'll do this one. So I'm gonna start on the face again and make some orange patches. Oops. I'm not gonna do too much orange. I'm gonna do a darker one. Around the mane, at the top, remember, start towards the head, and you wanna see some of that yellow peeking through. So I'm gonna start doing my curve,